Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die, they stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for supports if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye. All right, all right. Welcome back to Currency 365 on Eyes Open Media. I should start saying powered by Eyes Open Media because that's where we are on, right? So, powered by Eyes Open Media. Hope you guys are doing well. Man, there's a lot of people that you guys will never know that watch my video. My videos don't get any views, but for some reason, people you would never think will watch my videos. I'm like, how is that possible when my videos don't get any views, right? And so the only way that's possible is that YouTube is is not putting the right view number on there, right? So, but I've been talking about that for a year, so I'm not even going to talk about that. We're talking about the 49ers right now because 3 years ago, I told you guys that the 49ers were coded as death and destruction, right? And we also talked about the Golden Gate Bridge, the earthquake in in California, excuse me, the earthquake in California, the massive tsunami that would come after it. And it was all predicated that the 49ers won the Super Bowl. That was 3 years ago, right? Or two and a half. I'm not. Is it 3 years ago? Three. Yeah, 3 years ago. Because this is season. This is the season. The two. Well, I guess it was two. Is it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? I don't know. Because this is. It was 3 seasons ago. How about that? Well, So it was. Basically, this season's over now because Super Bowl. So this is one season. Then 2023 season, 2022 season. It's kind of confusing because the NFL Super Bowl is in another year, and you know what I mean. So it's kind of confusing because they play in 1 year, and they play the season in 1 year, and then they go to Super Bowl in another year, right? Um, so it is kind of confusing, but either way, about 3 seasons ago, right? And I said that the 49ers, we gotta watch the 49ers. We talked about this on Currency 365. I talked about it on Patreon. We gotta watch the 49ers. Matter of fact, we gotta pray against my own team. This is my childhood team. Okay. Well, everybody was a Redskins fans. I was a 49ers. I always stood out. I never followed the crowd, as you guys can see clearly, right? So I never followed it because the crowd is always wrong. Right? So, and yeah, the Redskins did win a Super Bowl. They did win a couple Super Bowls. I think Redskins have 4 Super Bowls, right? So I mean, they're not a bad organization. I mean, they are a bad organization now, but I think next year they're going to surprise you. I think the Washington Redskins are going to actually shock the world next year. They're going to surprise everybody, especially if they get Caleb Williams. If they get Caleb, then they're going to. I think they're going to be able to do something, but we'll see if they can get him, and Dan Quinn is the new coach over there as well. So, but anyways, so you know, look, the 49ers are coded, and we prayed against it 3 years ago, and they didn't win. They came up short. And isn't it interesting that they've been in the NFC Championship 3 out of 4 years, or 4 out of 5 years? 4 out of 5 years they've been in the AFC NFC Championship game. Wow. And they gone to, how many Super Bowls they gone to in that time period? One or two? I guess one. Who they lose to? I don't even remember who they. I know they beat Green Bay, didn't they? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I don't remember, right? So, I know they lost to the Eagles last year without Brock Purdy. I think injuries have cost them have cost them. But I think they've been to the NFC Championship game like 4 out of 5 years or something like that. I mean, something ridiculous. Crazy, right? Not as good as Patrick Mahomes and them boys. They went to six straight AFC Championship games, right? And now they're back in the Super Bowl for the fourth time in 6 years. Wow, that's incredible, right? Patrick Mahomes already got two Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Um, no, he's been to three Super Bowls. No, Patrick Mahomes been to three Super Bowls. He got two. He's got two Super Bowl wins, and he lost to Brady and the Bucks. I mean, in the Tampa Bay Bucks. Yeah. So man, if Brady had retired, Patrick Mahomes probably would already had like five rings, six rings. Cause the only person that beat him is Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady kept him out of the Super Bowl 2 years in a row up there when he was in New England, right? He beat him 2 years in a row, and then Tom Brady beat him as a Buck, man. Without Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes probably already had five rings right now, going for number six in 7 years. That's crazy. That man is crazy right now, right? So let me preface this video by saying if Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs win, which they could easily do, right? Then nothing in this video really matters anymore, right? I mean, the codes are done, right? The codes are done, and then we'll see what happens the rest of the year, and then if things are delayed, and then we'll have to try again next year, right? But this year is kind of different because it's an election year, and the world is crazy right now. So it's lining up perfectly, right? And people that are earlier this year and into and late last year, people started having dreams again about California and the earthquakes and tsunamis and stuff, right? Now this week California is dealing with a severe rain and mudslides and things like that. So that's already started as the 49ers heads into the Vegas for the Super Bowl. That's already starting, right? So it's kind of interesting to watch California there, right? Um, but and it's interesting because the Golden State Warriors look like they're done. Their dynasty is over. Like they're burning, like they're crashing, right? So it looks like their dynasty looks like it's over. They're gonna look like they about to trade everybody at the end of the year, right? And their dynasty's over. So it's pretty interesting that that's all happening this year, right? The dynasty's over, the Golden Gate Bridge, right? Which is home of the financial, it's basically the financial sector of the that area is the financial capital of the West Coast. Um, of course, New York is the financial capital of the world, but but that area is the financial tech area of the world is in that San Francisco area, right? Um, so that's a significant that's significant there, that is coming to an end. You know what I mean? That the Golden State dynasty is coming to an end. And think about it, because when that area was booming, right, in tech, and it was a tech places where everybody was moving to San Francisco and that Golden State area, for tech, and Steph Curry was lighting it up, and the Golden State Warriors were going on their dynasty run. Sports are connected to everything, folks. You know what I mean? And so and now there's problems with the dollar. Everybody's talking. The bricks are rising. The dollar's having problems. The purchasing power of the dollar's having problems. America's economy is in complete toilet, right? And so now you have the end of the dynasty of the same year, right? And then you got the 49ers, it's just all making, like, coded as death and funeral. And you got the dynasty ending of the Golden State Warriors, which they represent the Golden Gate Bridge. Like, it is unbelievable what's going on, right? Um so this year seems everything's lining up. And then you have the middle, you got pockets of wars. You have the Ukrainian war, Russian war. Then you have the Middle East war, right? And so, and then all after this, we're gonna have some more pockets of wars are gonna start coming out of everywhere. And so we got all this happening right now. So it's the perfect time for the 49ers to get over the hump and actually get it done. Kyle Shanahan hasn't beat Andy Reid yet, right? 49ers keep knocking at the door. Who else was knocking at the door for years? Ah, the Michigan Wolverines, right? And up in Detroit, they were knocking at the door for 3 years. Now they've got it done, right? They are the college football champion, with led by Harbaugh and them, right? So 49ers have been knocking at the door, the same thing, right? He used to coach before Harbaugh used to coach the 49ers too. So knocking at the door, right? And maybe this time they finally get it done. They got the better team. It's just that Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? So, and the Swifties are going to go crazy, right? And the refs have been favoring 49ers the whole playoffs, right? So, will they change and favor the Chiefs so that the Swifties don't lose? Maybe. Will that be enough? I don't know, right? We don't know. You know what I mean? We've seen the refs blatantly call things against another team, and they still lose. So, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, right? But but when we saw this right here with the all black for the funeral, this was dead on. I was like, there it is, there it is, there it is. You know what I mean? So when they came in like this against the Eagles, and they called it a funeral game, and they came in the funeral attire and all black, and they meant business. They were seeking revenge against the Eagles from last year's NFC Championship game. I said, there it is, there it is. 49ers are going to Super Bowl, right? So I knew I made the wrong pick when I picked the Eagles. And on Patreon when we did on Patreon we did the NFL picks for the Super Bowl, and I picked the Baltimore Ravens versus the Eagles, which looked really good. 11 weeks into the season, they were both number one seeds, right? And they looked really good, right? And Raven was a number one seed, right? So that pick was excellent through 11 weeks. They were both the number one seeds in their conferences, and then a complete, and then it just went downhill from them. For the Eagles collapsed, right? But when I saw this, I said, "Oh, there's the codes right there." I mean, it's 40, and then I told you guys, I said 49ers are going to Super Bowl. I made the wrong pick. you know, I made the wrong. I even told you guys on Patreon, I'm not a betting. I don't bet, but this the codes is right here. You could literally put. I mean, of course, in Vegas, the 49ers were already good. I mean, they were I think it's the second seed in the NFC. So it wouldn't have made you wouldn't have got good odds because the 49ers were the second seed. So it's not like you would have gotten really great odds like 50 to 1 or 1,000 to 1 or anything like that, right? But like I said, I'm not a betting man. I don't bet. I don't gamble. So I don't. So I'm not. I wasn't recommending it, but I was like, man, you could make a lot of money if somebody's doubting the 49ers here because the codes are clear that the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. All right. So this is the only team that has done this, coming in with a funeral attire. We said 3 years ago they were coded death and destruction. And so now in 2023, they come in a funeral attire. The only team in the NFL that ever do this, by the way. So the codes are screaming loud and clear. And then we said the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl, guys. You might as well forget about it. Your teams are done, right? And they are in the Super Bowl. So everything's lining up. Now, will the elites change it at the last minute so Taylor Swift and the Swifties don't cry on national television? Maybe, maybe not. But it doesn't matter if they cry or not because they already got their money, right? All the television ads are already bought up. It's $7 million for a 30-second ad, and at the Super Bowl, those things were bought up within seconds, right? You don't think Taylor Swift has something to do with that, right? All the people watching around the world this is gonna be a record breaking Super Bowl for watching because of Taylor Swift. They're gonna be showing Taylor Swift at the game at the skybox with all her family members there, and Patrick Mahomes' drunk dad is gonna be there after he gets bailed out. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, that shouldn't. He just, I don't know why he keeps doing that. They need to get him some help or something. But anyways, so all these people are it's gonna be star studded, right? And so everybody around the world gonna be watching because of Taylor Swift, though, right? Everybody's still watching. It's going to do 100 million views, but it's like it's going to be extra. It's going to be record breaking because Taylor Swift is there, right? And everybody knows globally knows Taylor Swift, right? So everybody's gonna be watching because of her. They want to see her at the game and her emotions and things and her going up and down. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out, folks. It really is. It's gonna be interesting because if the 49ers win the Super Bowl, then expect what the code is, right? Death and destruction. Right? We're already seeing it. We're already seeing destruction starting in California right now with the rain and the mudslides, and they haven't even won yet, right? Then we got the chaos in the Middle East. Then we got a whole bunch of stuff that's about to happen here, and the things are about to go completely nuts, right? So everybody can feel it, everybody can sense it. The energy in the air and the energy on the earth is really bad. The earth is like shaking and it's gonna start self-destructing itself eventually with all the sin that's going on in the world as well, and everybody can feel it. Everybody's at the breaking point. Everybody's at the brink, of Kim Clement's prophetic word. When things seem at the worst, I will set my people free. Everybody's going through something. Every people are ready to give up. You know, your altcoins aren't moving. Like investments aren't moving. Things are just stagnant, right? And that's because the enemy wants you to give up, right? And the enemy wants you to fold and give up and miss your blessings. The enemy wants you to sell your investments and give up, and then once you do that, then everything then breaks to the upside, right? So and everything breaks out. The people who hung on, were able to hang on for dear life, broke to the upside. This is a wealth transfer, so you're going to have to hang on for dear life. It's not going to be easy, and it hasn't been easy, but the ending is always the hardest, right? Because you're going to feel like giving up like you do right now. And so we're at the brink where God steps in and says, I got you, right? And so, because God wants the glory, God is going to get the glory, not man, right? For this wealth transfer and for the second round of the wealth transfer. God's going to get the glory. So he's going to make it to where we all are like, oh my God, I can't hang on. And then boom, the release is here. And then everything changes. Okay. So if the 49ers win, we're going to see some shocking stuff. Okay. I'm not even going to go into detail because I can't. This is YouTube, right? I'm just going to tell you that if the 49ers win, you're supposed to be praying against the 49ers, by the way, which is my team. So I look, I rather, look, I don't mind you praying against the 49ers if there's death and destruction coming, right? So I don't mind that at all. Matter of fact, I welcome it, but it might be time. It just might be time for when things seem at their worst. I will set my people free. So if it's meant to be, folks, then it's meant to be. All right. If it's time, then it's time, right? No more delays. People are like, I don't want no more delays. Let's just get it over with. Let's pull the band-aid off. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull the band-aid off. And I think we're gonna see some shocking stuff. Okay. I'm not even gonna go to detail with it. But if the 49ers win, get ready for anything and everything. It is going to be crazy. All right. That's what I have. I'm not gonna go any more detail or anything like that. I'm gonna leave it like that. We'll watch to see what happens, and see how this thing plays out. But man, the Middle East is on fire, and we got all this stuff going on over here. We got all these things about to take place. It is crazy. Um, man, this is about to get crazy if they win. Now, if they don't win, I don't know what's gonna happen. I literally don't know what's gonna happen if they don't win because everything is lining up for them to win. So if they pull a cardball and they don't win, I have no clue what's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to see delays, and all of a sudden we're going to have delays, and we're going to have peace, and the Middle East is going to be peaceful again, and we're going to have delays in investments. I have no clue what's going to happen. All because all we know is that everything lines up for the 49ers to win, and then the complete chaos, global chaos begins immediately. So we'll see if that happens. But if the Kansas City Chiefs win, then I have no clue what's going on. I think we're just going to have delays. I think we're going to have a lot of delays at the Kansas City Chiefs and investment stuff, well transfer stuff. I think we're just going to be delayed, but maybe not. We don't know, right? So I don't know. So we just got to wait and see. We'll play it by ear with the Chiefs win, but if the 49ers win, get ready for anything and everything because it's going to get crazy. All right. There's no. This is not on purpose, folks. This is all planned, right? They're all, these guys are puppets, right? So, you know, so they this is all planned. Remember the people at the Olympics where they were all like in hospital beds and all of that? Yeah, that was all planned too, wasn't it? That wasn't on purpose. That was planned, right? And then all of a sudden we had the virus came out globally and people were in hospital beds and stuff and sick and yeah, like they'll literally tell you everything before they'll tell you everything. They have to show you everything. So, these guys didn't just say, "Yeah, let's wake up and put on funeral clothes." No, they're telling you what's coming right now. If they win, then we will see it. But if they don't win, then maybe it's been delayed again. And then maybe they'll win next year. I don't know, but everything's lined up for right now, especially in election year, and especially if Trump's coming back. And I told you guys that they were trying to they were going to try to get everything done by the halvening, and then also before Trump comes back, they were going to try to destroy everything. Remember we talked about that. Then because they know Trump's coming back, they're going to try to destroy everything. So if they're coded death and destruction, let then yeah, then they're probably gonna win because they've had some questionable calls. They should have lost that Green Bay game and they should have lost the Detroit game. Questionable calls that were favored their way over and over and over again. And and people were like, "Yo, this thing is rigged, man." You know what I mean? And I was like, "Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is what it is." Ooh, the 49ers did not play well in both of those games, and yet they were getting break after break after break after break after, almost as if they're supposed to win, right? And don't be surprised if it happens the same way. Chiefs might jump out early. Everybody thinks the Chiefs gonna win. They're up 17 or 13, and then here comes the Niners coming right back, and then getting all the calls in the second half. They're a second half team, so they're getting all the calls in the second half, and Chiefs are just can't catch a break, right? So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. If Patty wins, good for him. What a start of the career if he wins another Super Bowl here, right? And then, but if the Niners win, watch out. You know what I mean? I'm not even going to celebrate. The Niners win. I'm not even going to celebrate my team. I'm going to be preparing. I'm going to be. I told people on Telegram group that if the Niners win, we might have to go into our bunkers, But because it's supposed to get really bad, and they're ready. They're ready. People around the world that know these codes are ready to go. And so we just have to wait. We have to wait and see if the Niners win. All right. Peace out. God bless. And pray for protection for you and your family if the Niners win. And let's see what happens. All right. All right. Bye.